All right, so this is our 2014 Honda CR-V in a nice white. Paint's in fairly good shape. I did make note of some oxidation, some peeling that you can see up by the glass here. So just something definitely to get taken care of there, because even when you drive down the road, that's why they put wipers on these. It draws moisture to stick with the vacuum, and debris and stuff will just kind of contribute to that faster. In our area, our winters and hot summers kind of accelerate that rust procedure. So we don't use a lot of salt, so thank God for that, but the temperatures don't help. Tires have been replaced recently, in really good shape. You'll see on a few, like on the other side, I'll show, there's like some scuffing there. On this side, this driver front door, pretty good ding in her. Once they have like an actual crease, makes it a lot harder to pop those out. They do PDR. Since there's no damage to the paint, I would see how well they can just smooth that out. Moving to the front corner here, we do have an impact on this front corner. You can see where it cracked the bumper here. There is a little bit of a crack in the black here as well. Grill is intact. This portion is not loose at all, so that's good. You can also see where the bumper has popped out from under the light. The actual clips that retain to the front are broken there. Some oxidation in these front lights, pretty common with the heat. Overall, paint's in pretty good shape on this side. They do have tape holding this door guard on. Adhesive over time just becomes a mess. And then this is what I was showing you. I did try to take a picture of it. You can see where it's not like damaging. There's no like peeling or anything, but you can see where it's met the curb a couple times. Tires are in really good shape. Good tread for our area. Lights are all in good condition as well, except for the oxidation, obviously. And then right here, we our last dent. So it's hard for the camera. It's a weird dent. It's right above, yeah, you can see it there, right above the CR-V. So it's supposed to be like a nice little bubble. And we'll stop there. This is gonna be our engine bay portion. I always try to get a startup clip. So I'm just gonna set this down in here. I'll bear with the camera for a moment. I'll be right back. Now I will note, on these engines on cold start, a lot of these older mileage ones, they do kind of like have a rattle initially. This being low on oil, I did take a picture of it. It's pretty much at the bottom of the stick. I couldn't actually get a reading. This being low on oil would really contribute to that as well. What little oil I did find on the stick was fairly dark, so oil changes might not have been on the best intervals. Might just do a few short ones and see how that goes. Other things, brake fluid is a little bit like right at the seam, which the top is your max, and then that line down here is your min. So you want to have that fold typically. Now it is a sealed system, so that being low, I did note that the brakes, I would say, are probably about 50% at best. Not bad, but usually as your brake pads get less, more fluid replaces that distance, right? So I would do your brakes. Definitely recommend a flush based on fluid condition, but I'm not seeing any visual leaks. Usually you see it all over the tire, like a residue on there. It does look like they have been trying to add oil, and you can see where they've been spilling it. Did leave quite a bit of residue here, but nothing's like actually wet, just very residue, like dirt stuck to it. It is an electric assist rack. This does have a transmission stick. You check it off like a gearbox, so car off while it's hot, you check it. Fluid is at the correct level, just very discolored. Hondas are normally a very, very vibrant pink red, more pink than red, but pink red. So my opinion, I'd probably get that fluid service sooner than later. And then currently, it might be really hard for the camera, but all the way down, your AC compressor is not kicking on, even when I use the defrost. The fans will kick on, but the compressor itself is not kicking on. Something to kind of look into. I'll talk about this more in the exterior portion, but there is an impact here, which did affect, and your condenser does sit in there. For what I could visually see, there's nothing like no holes that are obvious or cracks in the condenser or anything like that, but it is a vapor, so it would be like a cloud to release. Hard to catch that after the fact. But with the compressor not kicking on, either there is no freon in the system, or it's low, or simply that compressor is not working. Could be a relay, so definitely something that will have to be looked into. We're going to stop at this point. Okay, we're going to go through our undercarriage. I always start at the front. I like to go front to back. Just lets you see if anything's hanging down or sagging. And as you see here, this skid plate is kind of bulged and wrinkled in. Looks like it might have caught something or ran something over. You see a little scrapes on the subframe there, but it's not broken. Can't really tell if there's any like clips missing. It looks like there's most likely a clip missing right up on that corner there. But everything else is in nice and intact. And now we're just going to kind of go around each corner and just touch base on things. Here we are in the driver front corner, so this is going to be your lift points. So this one here is the only one I made note that it is starting to peel the undercoating that they put on there, and it'll start just being exposed to the elements. As that flakes off more, it just kind of traps moisture as well, so something to kind of keep an eye on or get treated sooner than later. Plastic's all here in good shape. Body looks good there. And then going down the line to the rear, lift point in good shape. A little bit of a bend to it, but that happens over time. People are not the best at double checking their things before. There is a fuel tank here, so this is a bar to like kind of protect it. And then right behind it, you can see your differential for the all-wheel drive system. We're gonna go right to the back. Looking along the driver from the rear, looks really good. Strut looks dry. No rust on the subframe or anything like that. So, looks good. And then on the passenger side from the rear, this has the muffler, stock exhaust obviously. You can see that subframe really good as well. And your resonator in the middle. And then strut in good shape. So we're gonna go to the lift points on the passenger side. Alright, so you are on the right rear, passenger rear lift point, slight bend, all the plastics in good shape. Kind of fighting the sun for the dust on the screen there, sorry about that. Body and everything intact, looks really good. We'll move up to the front corner. Alright, so this corner here, a little bit of that flaking going on that I was talking about on the other side, but nothing compared to the other side. And if I push this up here, you can see your cat there. And the floor pan, everything looks really good. This is going to be our interior section. I always start here at the wheel. Steering wheel's going to be a lot more busy than they ever used to be. So this one, your phone controls are down here. Your menu options controls this menu here. And then cruise control. There's nothing on the back of the wheel. It does have like an indent here. It's just a bit dirty. You could scrub these and get them a lot better looking. They're not like worn out, they're just got some dirt on them. Mileage at time of inspection 154,247. Tire pressure light did remain on throughout the drive. Lower lights here, I don't have my seatbelt on, and the doors are all open, so that is good. This does have the eco button, which I love on Hondas. Basically what that does, these have variable timing, and it basically just makes sure that you're in the most optimal degrees of open and close for air fuel, just for letting everything go as it needs to down the road without using more than you need to, I guess is the best way to explain that. And then you do have these controls up here. This will also kind of mess with them. And then like I said, this kind of button here, you can kind of mess with it and go through them all. Menu, so all that right here. Radio is pretty basic. Does have an auxiliary jack. I believe they're down in there, but there's so much stuff in here, so sorry. Got some glasses. Does have the cigarette outlet. Looks like it's working. They do have like this magnet mount next to the shifter here. Climate controls. The AC at the time of inspection is not working, so something to kind of get looked at. At this point, we're going to pause, and then we're going to go looking from the outside in. So here on the driver's side, the rear doors open almost 90 for easier unload and load. So it makes this space very tight. But in here, door cards are in good shape, but there are some like scrapes and dirt along the bottoms here. All the controls here work as intended. Manual seat, it does still have up and down with that lever there. It does have these floor mats. They are carpet floor mats, but they look like they've been in there the whole time. It kind of makes that Velcro sound when you pick them up. So that's really good. Could use like a good cleaning. These tan interiors or light colored interiors get really dirty easily, so a couple more scrapes here. Seats are in really good shape. Like I said, just some stains on there. Some on this edge here. And does have that, so it's really good. Seat backs are in good shape. There's no pockets or anything to get stretched out. We're gonna pause, hop sides. On the passenger side now, same thing on the door card, it's in good shape. Seats as well. Back seat here's good shape. This does have a carpet that goes along the whole length here. Same story. It's got like this. It's hard. It's got like a Velcro material. You can hear it when you first pull it. It's like static. So, good shape there. Door card here, more of that dirt and scuffs that I was talking about. Manual seat on this, no up and down. In your glove box. So behind here is how you get to your cabin filter. This does have, listen, might be hard on the camera, but there's like a feather. It sounds like a feather hitting a spoke on a bike, right? The cabin filter cover is missing. Pulling that filter out did not make a difference on the sound either, so just a note there. This does have a backup camera that pops up into that screen there. Right now it's just looking at the sky. And your headliner is in really good shape. There is a couple stains here or there, but no real nicks or tears. All right, onto the rear hatch, trunk liftgate, however you got it, truck bed. This one is rear hatch. It's kind of like a SUV crossover type thing. So floor here, there is a stain on the carpet. It's all kind of like a big carpeted board. Still has the sound deadening. Spare looks really good. I don't know if it's been replaced, but I would say if I didn't know any better, you know? So really good shape on the spare. All the tools and everything are still here. Floor pan looks really good. Seams are all still there. Plastics are all present. These levers here eject the seats up there. I believe it's like this lower portion. Yeah, see now the bottom's popped up, but I had this open. So that way you can load and unload without having to walk all the way around if that thing's open. And then just some scuffs on the plastics here. So really not too bad. Probably like snow tires getting loaded and unloaded. Plastics there, not too bad. Alright, so at this portion we go through our code scan. Trying to fight the sun here. So everything passed. We didn't have any faults, no stored or history is also what this scans for. It's kind of a more base model as well. So some of these will see non-responsive. It has a manual parking brake, so just kind of keep that stuff in mind. But it looks good here. We're going to go off to our monitors and make sure those all pass. Alright, so a couple things on this point. We always like to make sure down here, this is your VIN, and make sure it matches what's on the vehicle. Green checks all the way across the board. That's good. That's what we like to see. I do a 10-mile plus drive to make sure these monitors get time to go through and do their checks. That way we can see if any of them didn't get to finish. We'll just keep pushing through. Alright, we're going to do a quick recap here, just kind of final it off. Overall, car drive is really good. No weird sounds. Plenty of get up and go for what these are. They are not the fastest things, but it gets the speed just fine. It does have the eco setting, which works as well. Few things that were noted during the drive. We don't have very cold AC. Throughout my inspection, I did find the compressor itself doesn't kick on. It's free spinning. There's no noise. The bearing's not doing anything, but the actual engagement of the clutch is not happening. We did note oil was about at least 1.5 quarts low because it's not on the stick. Transmission fluid I would definitely consider getting done, as well as the brake fluid, which is in the middle zone. Did say these brakes are about 50%, a little better in the rear. Tires are newer on this. Does have a few dings around the vehicle, but nothing crazy. We do have some paint blemishes up on this tailgate here. Lights are all in really good shape except for some oxidation on the front. And on the inside, everything pretty much does what it's supposed to. There is a little bit of buildup, like dirt in the steering wheel, that I would recommend getting cleaned up, and some stains in the seat. These light color seats are very prone to it. And then like a good sized dent here as well. I tried to get better pictures of that on the other portions of the video. But drive wise, the car does everything. Starts good. On cold start, it is a bit rattly. My sister-in-law does have one of these as well, does the same thing, but this one was pretty low, so that could be a contributing factor to keep in mind. The last thing I want to talk about is on your compressor. With the damage here, it would be worth getting the condenser looked at. I kind of went into that a lot deeper, but I just want to make sure we know, hey, there is an impact here that could have resulted in a shift in the condenser, cause an O-ring to leak or something like that, or a small crack. It's a pressure system with gas, so it could have just seeped or expelled itself out. We're just going to stop here. That concludes this inspection. Checks out nice.